Good afternoon. This is that one guy broadcasting from sunny St. Joseph. I realize that my broadcast schedule has gotten a little bit wonky, and I'll explain that in a second. But I don't really have much new for you all today. Just a new SSTO. So let's go to the runway. Alright, this here is my Ocra XIII. It's my first attempt at a three-man SSTO. The design parameters are basically I just want to reach low curb in orbit and dock with either a refueling station or a research station of some sort. The idea being this is cheaper than just continually sending up rocket pods, although I have not found a way to make this particularly fuel efficient aside from the fact you can reuse the craft. But yeah, some explanation is due probably. The reason I haven't been posting with as much vigor, let's call it, as I have been in the previous months is because I got really busy at work. This YouTube stuff has actually blossomed and helped me with my career a lot. So thank you all for, I guess, giving me the confidence booster I needed to do this. But anyways, I now am working on a documentary for a museum near my hometown of St. Joe. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, what in the world? Yep, there we go. But yeah, I guess a little bit about this ship. I'm still kind of learning how to fly it, but it's about as minimalist as you can get. It can get up to 150 kilometer orbit, no problem, but the RCS I've had to juice that up a little bit. Other than that, I would love to post more videos, but I just kind of would like to know what you guys want to see. I need to talk to Paprika and Chicken Man, obviously, about more KSP for keeps, but you guys can join in on that if you want. Just shoot me either an email or a comment on here. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, do you guys want to see more Project Duna? It's going pretty well. I'm starting to put the modules of the base onto it. And I'm trying to figure out how many of those I can actually get on there and take down to the surface of Duna and then be able to not run out of fuel there. But yeah, do you want to see more like just experimental designs I'm working on, or I don't know, just I guess I like to be the kind of guy that is informed by his viewers. So I'm gonna shut up and put on some music while this reaches orbit, and I'm gonna speed up the video. Okay, and we are officially in orbit, so let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. We've got about 300 liters of fuel and 300 liters of oxidizer, which means that about 10% of the fuel that's needed to fly this thing is used in orbit. I was going to put a ladder here, but that's just sort of a post testing phase thing. I managed to get a Clampotron shielded docking port on the front because I felt like that made much more sense than trying to put one here and I would have to deal with the fins and everything, but I do like the advanced SAS. Not the advanced SAS, not Patchconics, Avionics, that's the one. So I found a way to just basically install what I'm calling the Avionics package back here. All it really is a couple of nose adapters, an avionics package, and then an actual nose adapter right there. You can see it. I had to get a little creative in doing that. I had to use a strut. You can see there's a little overlap, but it's not bad. In orbit, this thing really loves flipping end over end. So, yep. Let's send one of our duders out on EVA. But first, we're going to go ahead and make it much, much easier to view this thing. Currently, we are above the noon side of the planet right now, as best I can tell. This doesn't use any electrical charge. Once life support goes in, if they don't futz with the physics engine again, I'll be able to put on some solar panels or something in order to actually simulate the electricity that you would need to keep people alive in space, because this does not have any batteries outside of the Mark III cockpit. So, good enough for me. Filming, sure, you sound like my bowling buddy. Okay, so we're gonna let go, and here we are. As compared to the Kerbal, let's get a good size comparison here. Compared to the Kerbal, the ship is actually pretty darn big. I feel like it's comparable to the American Space Shuttle, but I know that this probably wouldn't actually work in the real world. I kind of wish it did. I really want to go to space. So, yep, there's that. It's pretty stable, as you saw on the launch. It's got an upward tendency, which you can either combat with what I've done and used a lot of RCS, or you can use the trim functions, but I can't guarantee that'll work in the high atmosphere. So we are just kind of out of the atmosphere, and if we really wanted to, yeah, we could wait to catch up to fuel state. Oh, that's Project Duna. Oh, wow, yeah, we would have to wait a long time to catch up to the fuel station. You don't need to go to the fuel station, though. This thing has plenty of fuel to get back down to Kerbin. Normally it's RCS that I'm worried about, but that's because when I turn it on, it bleeds at a pretty good rate normally. There she goes. So I just usually don't bother with it. So let me see here. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll take an orbit. Or not really an orbit. We are in orbit, so I don't think I really have to prove anything that it works. So we are just on the edge of the high desert, and I'm kind of guessing that's where we're going to need to be to deorbit. So I'm getting into my deorbit position, which is upside down, and I'm going to fire my rockets, and I want my periapsis to be around 10,000 meters, or 10 kilometers, whichever comes first. So full throttling it. Okay, close enough, because I'm probably going to miss the runway like a champ anyways. So here we go. When you get to 75,000 meters, oh yeah, I missed that by a long shot. We're going to land in the other ocean. When you get to 75,000 meters, I should not be distracted. Roll your ship so that it's facing the prograde marker, because when you hit the atmosphere, in the early atmosphere, it's pretty forgiving, but once you get past that and you get into a little thicker atmosphere, it's very easy to start pancaking, and it's very, very hard to stop pancaking. So, without further ado, here we go. Well, how about that? We landed safely. I thought we were going to have to do a water landing. Anyways, it's a good thing this thing is an airplane because it can get back to the KSC once it gets refueled, hypothetically, if there was a city anywhere around here. So, yep, we've proven that it gets to orbit and it gets back. So, thanks for watching. This has been That One Guy.